Like, if I'm sat there eating some spaghetti, yeah, I don't want someone coming down and sitting in front of me and going, "Yo, Drew's sick, bro. Oh, yo, you mind? Yeah, you mind? Bro, you know, that's fucking weird. Like,
yeah, that's weird, bro.
That's fucking weird, bro.
Unless you're gonna pay for the dinner.
Yeah.
In depth is cool, but there's a limit. You know?
Yeah.
And obviously, I want to talk about like
more on the weed side of things.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we're rolling. So this is a good time to welcome everybody to a new and special episode of the TheHighCloud podcast. The first ever we're going to do in English. So if you can't follow this, try following the subtitles below or whatever. And otherwise, yeah, sorry about this. It's a special episode for a few reasons. We're doing it from a cool place called the Green Place in Amsterdam on the Kloveniersburgwal number 4. Got the most fire Cali and great selection of cannabis products you and your friends will enjoy. And more special is it because I'm here with my boy Drew.
Yo,
what's up, bro?
Bro, lovely to be here.
One of the biggest canna influencers in the world, and definitely the biggest one in the UK. I think we've been together last week for a bit. You showed me your numbers, and I was stunned, bro. I'm like, you motivated me. I'm gonna run harder now. You know, this is. Click that follow button, subscribe, bro. You know, I need more subscribers. No, but
absolutely, you deserve it, bro.
Yeah, bro. But amazing that you wanna free the time to come hang out with me a little bit and talk about what we do, what you do, because our jobs are very similar. Like, we smoke weed for a living, like
100%.
in different locations and events and situations, but. Yeah, it all started from a YouTube situation, both for me as for you. And maybe for the people that don't know you, who I think will not be that much, but explain a little bit, who are you and why are we sitting here together?
Okay, so I'm Drew, and I make YouTube videos about weed. I've been making YouTube videos for like 12 years, but about 6-7 years ago, I decided to make YouTube videos about weed. And before then, I had a medical issue come up, and I was like, you know what? I feel like if I'm using cannabis for my own medical use, why don't I start incorporating it into my content? So it took a long time. Like before then, it was like, you know, just sort of stoner related content before it became like the full weed content. But nowadays, kind of reviewing bud, also just saying my thoughts on stuff. I make a lot of shorts, make a lot of long form. So that's kind of what I do.
And has it always been like your main source of income or the thing that keeps you like doing the thing you do? I mean, or because you've been doing it for quite a long time, 12, so you were, how old are you now?
I'm 26.
26, so you were 14 starting out with the YouTube thing. Like, has this always been a job to you, bro? Or
nah, it wasn't always a job. So, I mean, even right now, like, yeah, it's my job, but I don't like see it as my job still, you know what I mean? Like I still love what I do, you know what I mean? And I feel like it's a bit weird to call something a job when you love it, because a lot of people don't like that, because they're like, oh, you don't know what a real job is, you know? And it's like, well, sorry, like I don't know, but you know,
we're still at work, buddy.
Obviously, for me, like it took a long time to build the channel. So like, I think I hit 100,000 subs in like the end of 2017, the start of 2018, and it was never like a video that blew me up or something. It was always just like a very long, steady growth.
Consistency is key.
Yeah, and even by the time I hit 100k subs, like I was just about starting to make enough money that I could like maybe live off it if I was like super skint, right? So I had a lot of jobs before then. Like it was kind of the goal to be like a camera operator, but then doing this now.
Yeah, and enjoying it a lot, I think. And it shows, because at the moment, I mean, if you have Drew in your YouTube feed, you probably know he's been traveling around, going after the best bud in the world at the moment, hanging out with the coolest people in the industry and everything. I mean, you're living a dream for a lot of people. I mean, I put out a questionnaire yesterday or the day before, asking people what they wanted to know from you, and a lot of people were like, how is it to live the dream, you know?
Damn, yeah?
Yeah, bro, because what we're doing, like, obviously people don't see that there's also a lot of work that goes into it. You know, they see the clips and the videos, but I was with you last week and you were constantly editing, uploading things. It's like it's still a full-time job, you know?
Yeah, I think that's one thing a lot of people get super surprised with. Oh, I turned my phone off quick. But I think a lot of people get really, really surprised with the fact that I still do all my editing myself. I still film everything myself. Like, I don't get scripts for anything. I don't have like a team. It's just me. Occasionally, if I do like more heavily filmed videos where, like, say the Thailand one where I went and I did like the testing random shops, I got an editor for that because the clips were just so jumbled up on my phone and there was just so much going everywhere that I was like, I'm actually gonna really not enjoy editing this. But for the most part, I would say like 90% of everything, like all the shorts, 100% of the shorts I've edited. I've never got anyone to edit in any of the shorts. That's why some of the captions are wrong. But I love it, you know? Like, it's like you say, just before we came in here, I was filming and editing all the way until we started the podcast.
Yeah. You were just here editing.
You know, this is a dream for me as well. Like, you know, you say, like, oh, how does it feel to live the dream? To me, this was my dream as well. So to live it like this it just feels amazing. Like, it's just what I've always wanted to do. So, yeah,
I can imagine because I have kind of the same thing, obviously, like being able to do what you love and then not having to work a job that you don't actually like to be able to afford the things you want to do. You know, that's a crazy realization when you come to that and think, yo, this is really what we're doing now.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
How long have you been doing it as well?
Not too long. We started out in 22. So
oh yeah,
2 years in April, bro.
Oh shit, and it's your full-time thing now as well?
Yeah, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. We have some crazy partners with the podcast, you know, like, because you might know how it is. All these companies, they're not really allowed to advertise, you know. It's very, very difficult to promote your stuff on Instagram or Facebook or whatever social media or digital media or even like regular media or TV. It's just, you can't, you know. But still there is this need to get the brand out there, and when we provide the reach within their target group, and it's like very easy to reach these people and convert into customers or educate them on your brand or product, then it quickly becomes worth something, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and it's something you live off of as well, I think, at the moment, because while you have like 24 million views in a month on YouTube, something like that.
Yeah, that was last month. Yeah,
you still don't get any, just zero from YouTube at the moment, right?
Nothing, zero.
So all your income also comes from partnerships with
sponsors, partnerships. The live streaming helps. I'm signed by Kick as well, so like,
oh, dope.
That was quite cool. Like Kick is really good. Like I moved from Twitch because Twitch decided that sponsored cannabis streams are no longer allowed. And although I don't really do that many sponsored streams like that, technically somebody gifting you weed is a sponsorship. So although Twitch is obviously never going to ban you for getting gifted some weed and doing a live stream with it, they can. And that's the problem. If some dickhead Twitch staff wants to shut you down, well, they can if they want to.
Yeah.
So why would I stay on a site when one day one person who doesn't like me can just flip the switch and take it off? So moved to King, and they're super cannabis friendly. They put me on the homepage all the time. And then, they reached out and said, hey, we're doing like this program where we're going to sign creators and just pay you guys to stream. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, do I have to do anything? And they're like, no.
Okay.
Just keep doing what you're doing. We'll pay you. I'm like,
yeah, call me, guys. I'll start streaming.
They need it, bro. Like, they need high quality cannabis streams on there. So
cool.
Yeah.
I've noticed that when I do the Instagram live streams and stuff, people go crazy over it. But it's just, I'd never figured to do it on a platform like that. And actually,
you know, I have a second job as well. You know,
what is that?
I QC for a lot of medical weed in the UK. So it's literally what I'm going to have to do tomorrow. I'm always on standby, and I have to just wait for like these companies to call me, and they're like, hey, look, we want to buy this medical bud in Portugal or in South Africa or North Macedonia. Can you go there, check it out, tell us if we should buy that? So like literally tomorrow morning I've got to fly to Lisbon and quickly check some bud and then fly back.
Nice.
Yeah. But that's also a nice, you know, extra thing as well on the side. So it's like, yeah, although I don't make any ad revenue.
Yeah. There's still money coming in.
It's not anything to complain about.
No, because a lot of people are really like, I get the question a lot as well, like, how are you able to afford the lifestyle? You know, we smoke a lot of bud, we're chilling a lot of, a lot of the time, and people don't really understand how that works, but we work.
Yeah.
This is work.
This is work right now, technically. But it doesn't feel like it. That's kind of the point, right?
Yeah, and that's something you can achieve as well. Just go after your dreams, follow your dreams.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
What are you rolling?
I'm rolling some party poppers. The party poppers. Let's see what it does. What it says. Ooh. Very fruity. Green Place. Yeah, let's see what it does. So you've been traveling a lot lately for your content and for these medical companies.
Yeah.
Out of the countries you've seen in the last year, like what draws you the most? Like,
I think somewhere I really want to go back to is South Africa, just because I didn't really get to experience enough time there, because I was there for like a medical thing, and although I got to see like a little bit of Cape Town and go to like a couple dispensaries, I didn't really get to experience the new recreational scene that they have out there, because they've like kind of decriminalized out there, but they kind of haven't, and they haven't actually put in the proper bill for it. So everyone's just kind of trying to do what feels legal.
Okay.
So it's quite an interesting scene out there. Like, not a lot of people know about it. I'd love to film more out there. I only made like one video out there or something, like one short.
Definitely go back. I'd love to see that. I didn't know they were that far along at the moment in South Africa.
Bro, they have like full-on dispos with like signs and like you just walk in. Yeah.
I didn't know. Who knew?
Yeah.
Wow. And how's the weed grown? Like, is it like they do it here with the tolerance thing that
no
fucking appears, or there are legal growers? Or?
It's half and half. So there's medical, which is all like licensed and legal and proper, but then there's also just like all the clubs. It's kind of like halfway between here and like the Spanish model. It's kind of like a cannabis club. It's kind of like, oh, you have to be a member. Okay. But then at the same time, it's kind of tolerated, and, you know, the bud just kind of appears, and, you know what I mean? Yeah. But then they also have like a storefront. So it's not like Spain where like, you know, it's a secret.
Yeah, it's
like,
hidden and stuff.
No. It's like they have a big sign, you know, it says like buy weed here.
Huh. Wow. We should go check that out. That sounds interesting as hell. Wow. And how's the quality there?
I mean, there is good quality if you know the good shops. Like, if there's people who know what they're doing. There's good indoor bud, but at the same time, there's a lot of like €2 a gram, just outdoor shit.
In your opinion, where's the weed the best at the moment? Like for the
America.
Yeah.
There's no like, bro. I can't even go America. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, there is no doubt that with the way they have the legal system and the amount of stuff you can get from just one dispensary's menu, and then the average quality, there's nowhere that's beating America. Not even coming close.
Yeah. Is that why you love coming to places like the Green Place with the fire Cali menus and shit?
Exactly.
Yeah, I can understand. Yeah. In that perspective, for like, besides Amsterdam and the Green Place, where in Europe do you like to go like for weed?
Just here, just Amsterdam.
Yeah, is that the favorite?
Yeah,
because I see you going into Tenerife and to Barcelona.
Bro,
but
Tenerife, the bud is like €25 for a gram of Spanish.
Wow.
Like the type of stuff that in the center of Barcelona would probably be like 16 to 18 a gram. It's literally 24 to 25. in Tenerife. It's so mad. And like the cheaper stuff that you would normally see for like 12 or 14 euros is like 18 euros. It's crazy. And like maybe occasionally you find like some places like Herbalize and oh shit, what was the Terpenese? They both had like pretty good top shelf for like 18 a gram, but still expensive, man. Like they just, for me, they just take the piss because it's an island. You don't got any other options, so they're there like,
where you gonna go?
Exactly.
Where you gonna go, fam?
And also to me, like, bro, like what? I mean, so it's the Cali's still 30 a gram.
Yeah.
So like, why the fuck would I buy the top shelf Spanish for 24 a gram when I can just get the really good Cali for 30 a gram? Like, I may as well just pay that. How
many times have you been to Amsterdam now, you think?
Oh, probably hundreds.
Hundreds, yeah?
Yeah, it has to be hundreds. Like, back in the day, I used to just come here every weekend. I would just drive here, but...
Crazy. Has Brexit changed a lot in terms of travel and bud for you?
Nah, nothing. No? Nothing really. Because I'd never be out here for longer than the time it allows you to be anyway. Okay. So, yeah. I mean, the only thing that changed it for me is I had a problem like a while ago where I drove through France. I had loads of bud on me. I fucking got pulled over. I was smoking while I was fucking driving. Like, I was a fucking idiot. Like, this is way back, like years and years ago. And the police pulled me over and they basically like huddled in a little group and were like, look, you pay police, makes it easier. And I'm like, what, like a fine? They're like, no.
Nope. Like a bribe, like a bribe, man.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit. Well, okay. Shit. Well, you know, how much you want? Oh, look, €750.
What?
But at the time, like this was like 2017, bro. That was literally more money than I had in my bank account. I had to call somebody to like help me out with the money, you know. So
wow.
Obviously, I've paid them, and they gave me my license back. And I'd been to France like multiple times since then. But then 2 years afterwards, I got some like crazy court order from France saying that I had to go court. And I was like, fuck that. I don't want to go to France. So,
wow, so they took the bribe and then after 2 years still fucked you over.
That's what I mean. But, but it was all in French, so I don't know what it was about. So for all I know, they could have just caught them bribing. You know what I mean? They could have caught them in it and they could have just wanted me to testify or some shit. I don't know. Like, it was all in French, but I was like, bro, you know what? I didn't like France anyway.
so now you're not driving anymore, just flying.
Yeah.
Smart move, bro. Very smart move. Oh, and in terms of bud in the UK, how are things moving along there? Like, obviously, you already said you're a medical patient, so you're a medical user, and you have like access to a lot more than some people do. But
yeah,
how's the situation in the UK,
bro? Black market is bad right now, like really bad. Like after COVID, I think a lot of UK growers quit. Then at the same time, obviously a lot of people's spots end up getting raided. And on top of that, after COVID, you know how cheap it is to get a pound of lemon cherry? Well, you can get a pound of some random lemon cherry from Cali for like $1,000. And when it costs almost about that same amount of money to, you know, grow your own fucking weed, well, why would you risk growing your own weed when you can just buy a pound of lemon cherry from Cali for $1,000 and then flip it for 4 times the amount because it's Cali and better than the weed that you would grow, even though it's Cali mids? And you know, why would you grow weed anymore? So many people in the UK, like, bro, like the amount of growers is just going down and down and down and down. So many people just swap into Cali mids, and it's to the point where like, I don't even really know that many good UK growers anymore. Like, I know a select, you know, the ones that I fuck with when they do the drops every couple months, but yeah, for the most part, it ain't great. And then on top of that, one of my main UK plugs got bagged, not even for selling weed. They fucking got drunk one day and fucking bottled somebody who pissed them off in a fucking pub.
Oof.
And then they gone. So that was like one of my main people who like would travel around and get all the UK from everywhere. So for me, UK weed been going downhill a bit. Obviously, for me, I'd just rather get top shelf Cali. Like it's at the point where, for me, obviously, I can afford it, right? And if I can afford to just spend more money and know it's guaranteed to be good, I would rather do that than spend half the amount and risk opening it up and then having to call the plug back and be like, yo, I need to fucking replace this, bro. Give me something else, you know? Like, yeah. So But medical-wise, the medical is getting really good. So that's kind of like the trade-off.
And there you have a little benefit of being like the gatekeeper in that that you are able to travel to these growers and select that stuff or help select at least, so you know what's fire and what's not. That's cool.
Yeah, I do try, and some people do take my opinion way too seriously as well, right? Like,
You do?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm never gonna say something that I don't personally think is right? But like, say for example, I did a review on this Pure Sun Farms that dropped recently. They dropped 3 strains: Jet Fuel Gelato, Donny Burger. No, Donny Burger? No, it's a funny name. It's a GMO backcross.
Okay.
And then they also dropped Pink Kush, the normal Canadian Pink Kush. It's all from Canada. And the Pink Kush was fire, really good Pink Kush. And the Donny Burger, really, really good GMO. And the Jet Fuel Gelato was fucking trash. It was fucking shit. And I put my review out for it like 3 days after it came to market. And bro, I had a bunch of clinics tell me that after I put out my review, they had loads of patients calling them up, being like, yo, I just put in my script for those Pure Sun Farms, but can you take the Jet Fuel Gelato off and can you replace it for the another Pink Kush?
They were stuck with the Jet
Before they've even tried it. Bro, they ordered it. They put in the order for it. And before they even tried it, they just took my word for it and were like, no. And to be fair, I'm not even going to lie, for that Jet Fuel Gelato, anyone that did do that, you did the right thing. It was terrible. But in general, you shouldn't do that because not all the time it's going to be that terrible. And maybe you do like it, you know? And like, you know, you got to try it for yourself.
It's a good example of the influence you have, like as a, like you're an influencer, like you see it there. Like
I hate that word, you know. I hate it. Like, I think,
but it is. It's still.
I know, but I think the reason why I hate it is because people aspire to be that. And I think that's dumb. Like, I think if you aspire to be an influencer, then that is like brain dead, right? But if you are aspiring to just make content, at some point, if you're in like a niche, you will influence people, right?
Yeah.
But like, bro, there's people out there who call themselves an influencer just because they have followers and shit. And it's like, bro, who are you influencing? I bet if you put out a post on Instagram to your 200k people and said, yo, follow this person, they'll probably get like 100 follows, bro. Like, you know, like who are you influencing? What do you mean?
We're too generous with the term influencer.
But that's why, even though I obviously could be called that, I just call myself a creator. That's it. Like, if I influence people, that's cool, but that's not what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm not making videos to try and influence people. I'm making videos to just make people laugh and smile. If it ends up influencing people, cool. But that ain't the goal.
Yeah, that's always a tricky thing with the reviews and everything. You know, it's never good enough. Like, either you're too positive and people say, you're so positive because they pay you, or you trash it and you get shit because of that.
Bro, yeah, like if I trash on some weed, people are like, bro, how you say that, man? It looks really good, man. Like, nah, but like, or people just be like, why you been so negative? Like, bro, you know, and for the most part, I would say negative reviews get the least amount of flack, but they still do have people, you know, getting annoyed about it. But then, like, you do a positive review and then people are like, oh, you're being paid for it, or like, oh, bro, like, you know, how you so positive all the time? And it's like, well, there's a reason why I'm positive in, like, I would say 70% of the videos. Is because, bro, when I go out and buy weed to review, I'm not looking for bud that I know I'm not gonna like. I'm looking for bud that I want to like. And if I end up not liking it, that's sad. I don't want that to happen. Like, I'm actively trying for that not to happen.
We're going for the good stuff.
Like, so like, in general, you would hope that most of the stuff that I buy would end up being good.
Yeah, definitely if you're spending money on it.
Exactly that, bro. Because I think people forget as well, like, I spend my own money for these reviews. Like, obviously, sometimes I go into a coffee shop.
I've been with you now with the day we filmed the short with testing the hash, and we bought all the hash. We
and
tested.
I can't help that. Like, obviously, sometimes, like, you know, I go into a place and I want to do a review and they might chuck me the bud or something. But I can't help that. I'm still there, ready to pay for it, and they ain't going to change my opinion on it. I think everyone knows that. And I think a lot of people go then like, oh, but like, don't you understand that if they gave you the bud for free, you're going to have like an innate bias? No. Maybe you would. But me personally, no. Like, I don't
been doing it for long enough and you don't care about
like, I just
them
don't care.
giving you a bud because...
Bro, what's way more important? Exactly that, bro. A bud doesn't pay my fucking bills, so why would that change anything? And not only that, what's more important to me is that I have credibility than the shop liking me. Like, if I try and make it so the shop likes me for one nug for no reason, then I say that this thing is good just because they gave it to me, and then everyone comes in and they say shit.
Yeah.
Anyone who comes in and they say it's shit, bro, I'm losing them as a subscriber. They ain't ever watching a video ever again.
Yeah. That's why you said in the other podcast you did recently that when you like pay for a review, you pay for the exposure and you don't pay for a positive review.
Yeah. So like so I do bookings for YouTube Shorts for like, you know, if you want to get your product, getting a review, but it's not an advertisement. It's not promo. It's not nothing. I'm not even gonna shout out your Instagram. I'm not gonna do none of that shit.
It's just, I got this here.
It's exposure for your brand to skip the queue, basically. Like, because chances are, if you give me bud for free, maybe it will end up on a review, but it might take 2 months, and by that point, all of it might have already been gone. You know what I mean? It might not exist anymore. But at the same time, obviously, people want to get their bud exposed. I obviously need money as well. And at the same time, it's a win-win for everyone because it's still an honest review. Yeah. I've had times where people have booked a review and I've said that the bud's shit because it is. Yep. And at the same time,
and they'll come back with new bud.
Yeah, they'll come back and they'll book another one. Yeah.
I hope you like this one, bro.
100%, and it's just the way it goes because when you're honest like that, it works out so well. Like, because it's a win for me because obviously I make money and I make good content and I get views, more subscribers. It's a super win for me. It's a win for the brand that books it because they get exposure. Yeah. Even if I say it's a 5 out of 10, for the most part, them getting that exposure is still really good for their brand because, you know, if they work on it afterwards, it shows that they're willing to, you know, work on everything and build up. And at the same time, some people might like what I don't like and more. But on top of that, the real winner is the viewer because they then get to know which bud is the best and which is shit. Even if somebody's booked the review or not, you know, I'm never gonna sit there and say, "Oh yeah, this is the dank," and then it's not. I'd never do that. Yeah. Although the one thing I will say in that, which is the one thing that I have a hard time with, and it's gonna be a problem whether I get bookings for reviews or whether people chuck me the bud, or even if I buy the bud. Sometimes people do just give me the best example. So like sometimes somebody might give me a crazy good batch or a crazy good nug or the bits that they were keeping for Percy that they've cured up for like a month, and I might review it and it might be amazing, unbelievable, but then the actual batch the public has might not be anywhere near as good. That does happen sometimes and there's nothing I can do to stop that. But I don't think even with that, I don't think it can be that different, you know?
No, and that's also, we talked a little bit about Cali and stuff before before we started taping, and about like how bud can change while it's packaged and while it's transported and or stored somewhere. Like, and that's what you said. Like when part of a batch is like kept aside and cured properly in a jar and everything, it's gonna be different from the bud that's been stored in a vac sealed bag, like in the back of a fucking shed somewhere waiting to be bought, you know?
Literally. And then on top of that, batches change. Like if I did a review on something last month and all of it's gone and then there's a new batch next month, you can't take my word from the review a month ago as to what the batch is like now. Like, you know, you've got to always kind of keep that into your head. Like, I know with shorts it's a bit harder to know when I uploaded the short, but the best tip is to just go in the comments and see when the comments are from. Like, if it says the comments are from like 6 weeks ago, then obviously know, like, oh, if I see this, it's probably not going to be the same batch, you know? Like,
yeah. So, what's the best weed you've been smoking recently? Like Cali, top 3 lately.
Like lately as in like the last month, or lately as in like the last
2-3 months, like.
Okay, that is a tough one.
You came back for the yellow sushi a few times?
I came back for the yellow sushi, but
from Green Place.
It would be dumb to say this one purely because I've loved yellow sushi for like 6 years. Yeah, so it's not like something I've only been loving in the last couple months, you know.
Yeah,
I really like that bluesy from here though. That one was stupidly fire, unbelievable. There was this one which was like 6 months ago that I fucking was out of this world. It was the Extra Z by Trap Packs. That one was fucking crazy. I think it's just like a loose one that they get in Cali and then put in their own packs and then send to UK. Okay. And then, I need to pick carefully, man, because there's been so many like really good ones recently. Maybe even that Karma Cartel Living Source Skills.
Oof.
I don't like it has dropped, but it's been in England. I don't know if it's sort of made its way here yet. It's in like 7-gram jars.
Yeah, I've smoked 1 or 2 joints of that. I haven't bought it myself, but I've been with some people that had it. Yeah,
yeah. Because I tested it. It came out 27%, and for a Skittles, obviously that's crazy for a Skittles. Like, yeah, and it feels like it as well. That's the only reason I tested it. So I was like,
you say 27%. I had someone with a question: if you had to choose terps or THC.
I mean, it depends, right? Like, if you mean like what would I choose, like terps or THC? Like, it literally has only terps and no THC, and that's what I have to smoke for the rest of my life. I mean, as much as I love terps, like I smoke for a medical condition, and like, yeah, the terps help from a medical condition, but it's not going to help if I don't have any THC. Yeah, I'll get a nice flavor, but it's not going to really help the condition. So, like, obviously, from that perspective, I would definitely have to choose the THC for sure. Yeah. But, you know, if we were talking like, oh, the weed can have like 15% THC, and it's never going to be like a crazy 30%er, but, you know, you pick between them, I'd pick the 15% with terps all day, every day. Yeah, me too.
But yeah, that's a good one you say with the medical condition. Like, when I had the question, I was like, obviously it's terps, like, but same, bro. Yeah.
It's one of them ones
without THC at all.
Bro, so many people forget this. Okay, I get so many messages from people, and they call me an idiot. They're like, "Oh, bro, you're a fucking idiot, bro. Don't you understand that like THC doesn't matter? Like a 15% THC can hit the same as a 25%. Yeah, bro, no, it can't. Like, number one, if you think that, bro, your 25% probably was a lie. Like, you know. But then at the same time, like, yeah, if you're not used to a type of terp, and then you go from one to the other, yeah, a 15% might make you feel higher because you're not used to it. Yeah. But then if you get used to it, it's not going to make you feel high because it's not. You're just not used to the type of high you're getting. So, and it's just one of them ones where, for me, yeah, obviously terps are really important, but I think that doesn't mean that THC isn't important either.
No, for
you know,
sure.
I think a lot of people, they have this mindset with everything in life where everything is either this or this.
Makes it easier for some people, you know, if you're able to categorize things like that. And sometimes it's just not that easy.
Yeah, yeah. You know? And especially with a situation like this, because this is the way I pitch it to people when they're like, nah, but like, bro, like, I don't care about THC because like I can get this and it can hit like this. And I go, okay, well, picture it like this. Imagine you had the best terp you've ever had in your life. It's fucking amazing, tastes great. Right, and you've got these 2 versions of it. The cannabinoid ratios are exactly the same. The taste, exactly the same. One of them is 15% THC, the other one's 30% THC. Which one you picking? Like, bro, I'm gonna pick the 30% THC one. You know, like, I mean, maybe there's certain scenarios where I don't want to get as high or something, and I'll pick the 15 one. But like 90% of the time,
and you could just smoke a little less from the 30%.
That's what I mean as well. Like, that's precisely my reason as well. Like, bro, if I get the 30% one, well, I roll half the size joint, innit? Like, and I get just as high, and I get the same flavor, and it was half the size. It lasts me double the length of time.
Yeah.
So it's like, why does THC not matter? You know, and people are like, and then, you know, if you try and argue, then like, oh well, 15% can hit the same as a 30%. No, but it's like in this scenario, I'm talking the terps are the exact same. Nah, that 15% cannot hit just as hard as the 30% one.
No, for sure. 100%.
Yeah.
And like, you've been traveling the Netherlands for a while as well. And what have you found about the Dutch bud? Like,
you know, before COVID, it was really bad. It got to the point where I'd say after 2016, all the way until COVID, it just, you know, the Cali then came in and everything just slowly started becoming only Cali, and all the Dutch was fucking terrible, bro. And then COVID happened, and obviously nobody was buying Cali because there were no tourists here. They weren't allowing anyone in. And I managed to come here during all of that situation. It was very hard to come here during that, but I found it where
smuggled yourself when in a fucking lorry or whatever.
Nah, I found like a loophole. I can't even remember what I did. I found like some loophole where like you could go for a business meeting.
You're a diplomat now or something.
No, I just got somebody to like I got somebody to send me paperwork for like a business meeting. And then I literally drove there because it was like a loophole where you couldn't fly, but if you drove, you could drive for a business meeting. So it's like, yeah, this weird loophole. So I managed to come for that. Checked Amsterdam out, and bro, like, the Dutch weed was fucking amazing. It was so good. I was like, wow, because obviously no tourists are here buying any Cali.
Yeah.
And obviously all they've got this dead stock. Probably the only places selling Cali still would have been Green Place and Family First because they've got the local customers for it, right? Yeah, and then other than that, it's, so every shop had good Dutch, and then COVID ended and every shop still had good Dutch. Yeah. And then over the last 2 years after COVID ended, it's just slowly gotten back to where it was before. And
Canadian
nowadays,
weed stepped in,
Yeah, the Canadian came in.
Fucking it up because it's taking a market share from the Dutch growers in a lot of cases. And the shops just don't want to pay for the high Dutch prices anymore, A good craft grower will ask for 7.5 or something for his growers.
Yeah, about 7 basically, yeah.
6 point something to 7.5, and if you're getting like okay Canadian for 3, 4, what you gonna do, And the customers love it.
Yeah,
especially because a lot of those customers are still smoking with tobacco, so they don't give a fuck about the quality. They just want to.
Even a lot of the Canadian stuff smokes pretty good as well. It smokes white ash, it'll be clean,
Absolutely. I've had some great Canadian samples. I mean, I'm not trashing Canadian weed in general. I've had some good.
You're gonna get all the people from BC being like, "Bro, we have the best weed."
I've had that already because I had a podcast. Well, I already talked about Canadian weed. And people started, we have pretty good weed. And I was like, yeah, I know. I mean, just in general, there's so much shit coming over. Like, it's being flooded here with trash Canadian. And it's difficult to find the AAA quality, And that goes through plugs and it gets into hat stashes and everything. And it doesn't always end up in the shops,
Yeah.
Simple as that.
That's the thing as well. Like, I think that's the thing with most places is the best weed is staying there. Like it's not leaving. Like there's only certain places where that happens, like California, where there's like a big culture around people moving there and then shipping weed out. Like there's thousands of people who've moved to California every year, like probably tens of thousands of people who move to California every year just to ship bud back to the UK and Europe. You know what I mean? And because of that, they end up actually finding like the best bud ever and sending it back. But that's not a culture in Canada. So because of that, all you've got is like massive growers or people in the know who are just doing normal transport, like normal fucking drug transport, and that's how they treat it in their head. That's why the price is so low. Like, it's not like exotic and designer like the Cali shit. So
it's a shame because there's a lot of like they could do better in that sense.
Yeah,
I've had a pretty good Canadian pre-roll a while back. Someone I know went to Canada for the holidays and brought me back two pre-rolls from the dispensary.
Oh shit!
Like, oh shit! In the original packaging with the seals on and everything.
Was it one of the infused ones or?
I had one infused one, I think, and one regular one.
Was the infused one like this fucking big?
Yeah, there was a small one. They had 5 in one jar, like 5 in one cone. Super fun. Have you been to Canada already?
Yeah, I went to Canada at the beginning of the year, but I got deported.
Also, you got deported from the US and Canada.
Yeah, so but like Canada was different because basically I landed in Canada and then they were like, oh, you didn't declare the time you'd been arrested in America. And I was like, oh shit, well,
fuck me
then. And like they told me as well, they were like, oh, but you probably didn't know you had to because the charges got revoked. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't think I had to because the charges got revoked. Like, I didn't fucking know the charges got revoked because, like, to make a long story short, when I was out there, I got 2 felony charges for basically I was sat in a bus and suddenly the police are coming over to me and arresting me because they've had a call saying that a guy with green hair broke into a building. And obviously I have green hair.
Way.
So I got arrested and I got 2 felony charges, both 5 years. One was conspiracy because I had a camera, and then the other one was criminal trespassing. And I'm in Pennsylvania, so these are 2 felonies, and it was $5,000 to get bailed out. I end up getting time served, but that means I've got technically time served on a 10-year sentence in America. And it's 8 years ago. But at the time, I didn't have a passport with me. So I figured like it probably wasn't on my record. So that's why when I applied for Canada, I just assumed that I didn't need to declare it because it wouldn't come up. But then when I turned up, it was on my FBI record.
Holy shit.
Yeah. But this is the crazy thing about Canada is they were like, oh, look, so this is the situation. We can't let you in. But the next flight isn't for another 24 hours. So we can hold your passport and you can enjoy Canada for the next 24 hours.
Okay, thanks, I guess.
So yeah, I was like, all right, cool. Went to my hotel. I'm like, bro, I'm talking to the guard, yeah, and he's like, oh look, the dispensary closes at 11 p.m. So I'm gonna try and finish up all your paperwork so you can get to the dispensary before 11 p.m. And then, bro, like the paperwork didn't finish until like 11:15, and I was like, bare sad. I was like sat there like, I'm gonna have to just go in this hotel for the night. Don't even have any weed. And then I have to wake up in the morning and film everything in like 5 hours. You know, I'm like, fuck. And then the guy comes over with the paperwork and he goes, look, it's 11:15 p.m. yeah, and I knew that I wasn't gonna get everything done in time, so I spent the last 15 minutes looking for a dispensary for you. So I found a 24-hour dispensary. It's just here. Here's the directions. Just get a taxi outside and go straight there. And I was like, sick. Thank you, mate. See you tomorrow.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Respect.
Bro, you know what it actually felt like? It felt like, you know that scene in Kid Cannabis where the guy, you seen Kid Cannabis, right?
No.
What?
What is that?
Bro, it's like the best stoner film ever.
No, I don't know it, bro.
You never seen it? What?
Kid Cannabis? Anybody?
Kid
Kid Cannabis?
Bro, it's about a guy called Nate Norman who trafficked weed from Canada.
Is it a UK thing?
No, it's an American film.
Okay.
But it's like a guy called Nate Norman trafficked weed from Canada to America. And there's like a scene in the movie where they're like driving along. It's like their first day in Canada and they get pulled over by the police for not having a seatbelt on. And the police like opens the window and he's like, you guys looking for weed? And they're like, no. And he's like, well, you're in the wrong place. The best weed is in this town. Head over there. And like, it literally felt like that when I was in Canada getting told by this border guard, like, look, here's where the best weed is. Like, boom, boom, like helping with the dispo. Like, it was sick.
Wow, that's amazing. But, wow, are you allowed to go back to Canada? Or
yes, it's super long. I have to get my fingerprints from UK. I have to send my fingerprints to the FBI. I have to get my FBI record. And then when I have my FBI record, I give that to Canada, and then they said they'll let me back in.
Damn. Lucky for you, the Dutch are a little easier with these kind of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. You've been to The Hague
oh yeah.
Recently,
I love The Hague.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are your top shops in The Hague?
Greenhouse Secret Farmers and Cremers, that's basically it.
Yeah, Cremers is the, yeah.
Oh God, I've got to tell you the story.
What?
Oh, bro. It was so bad, bro. Oh, my God.
What happened?
I'm in Cremers, yeah? And like, I'm chatting with Dion. He's a lovely guy. Like, he obviously loves his product. And
shout out. We did a podcast with him.
Yeah, big shout out to him. And he obviously just wanted to, like, test my nose and test my thoughts. So, like, he had, like, this new offer from a grower for some bud. And he came over to me and was like, Drew, I haven't even seen this bud yet, but I just wanted to know your opinion on it. Before I even look at it and decide anything, like, I want to know what you think about it. Here, bro. And he, you know, brings this jar over to me. I sit down. I'm like, sweet, goes away. And I'm with my mate, and I pick open this bud, like, crack it open. It's moldy.
Oh.
I'm like, oh no, this isn't good. So I'm like, put it back in the jar, and I wait. He comes over, and he's like, what do you think? What are you thinking? And I'm like, oh, bro, it's moldy. And he's like, no, is it? I mean, like you said, like, you know, he hasn't even looked at it. Somebody just came by as a tester to see if he wanted to buy it. So I'm like, yeah, it's moldy, man. Like, have a look. And he's like, oh shit, it is moldy. And he's like, oh well, the grower's just over there. And he's like, let me go tell him.
Typical Kramer shit.
I'm like, no.
Yep.
Oh no. I'm like, bro, I can see them talking. And then the guy gets like really angry. And then he's like picking out the nugs. And he's like breaking it open. I was seeing moldy.
Mold.
Throws it on the ground. Moldy.
What a
moldy,
scene, bro.
Just gets up, picks the stuff up, walks out.
Drama.
And I was like, oh shit, well, damn. But look, bro, like, I'm assuming if he had done the same QC, he would have done the same thing, you know what I mean? Like, I would hope so, but...
Yeah, some growers don't know their shit, though, bro.
That's it. And obviously, it's just random people coming in to offer bud most of the time.
Yeah,
so like,
yeah, that happens a lot. They
you know
just
what I mean?
drop a baggie with a number in and, hey, call me.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
I felt so bad, bro. I felt so bad. I was like, oh, please don't do this while I'm here.
If you checked out the legal grows as well, the legal grown Dutch weed in Tilburg.
Yeah,
how was that?
Strange. There's a lot of stuff I don't like with it, and not a lot of stuff that I do like with it. All right, I need to be positive, you know. I need to not be negative like all the time. So I need
positive
to, like,
feedback. You know?
What is something I like about the legal weed?
No, just be honest, bro. Just I want to hear your honest.
Yeah, but I want to
opinion.
start with positive. You know what I mean? Like then talk about what I don't like. So like, what do I like with the medical weed? Like, I mean, the legal weed, the experiment weed. What do I like about the experiment weed? In Tourmaline or Tourmaline? Tourmaline. Okay, Tourmaline. It was only €6 a gram. Okay.
That's what I wanted to say. Like price quality ratio in some cases.
No, it was shit. I mean, for the price, like obviously, like
no, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
for the price, you know, you can't complain for €6. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But hey, here's one of the main problems I had with the €6 weed. Like, I don't know if it's shit or not because the gram that I got was shit. But it was super leafy.
Outside grown.
It's greenhouse, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So not indoor greenhouse,
lights,
actual greenhouse.
Greenhouse. No lights, nothing.
So, but the thing is, like, the nugs I got were like proper shit because it's in a fucking plastic bag that has no window in it, and it's all just 1 gram bags. I don't know if all of them are like that, or if just the one I got is like that, or if I could have picked out like a good nug, maybe I could have felt all the packs and picked out one big nug or something. But like, for me, it's kind of hard to even know if it's really good or not unless I buy like 20 packs. Because the €6 a gram one, both of the €6 a gram ones, like, you know, it's like, imagine if you go into a coffee shop in Amsterdam that like really doesn't care, and you're like, oh, I get a gram, and they just like pick up a nug and just start going like,
yeah,
you know, to like get the gram out of it, and it's like, bro, like, why are you doing that? Like,
I think honestly, I'm starting to think they do that for different reasons, for like keeping the quality so that it doesn't get moldy in the pack, to make it easier to come to 1 gram packs, and to standardize the THC percentage. Like,
but the THC percentage is all wrong.
No, but they have like,
what is the point in that?
Tested that?
Yeah, bro. Like, I had like a bit of an argument with some people on Twitter about it, but like, this is the situation, right? Look, my Purple Pro tester, you've got the Purple Pro as well. Look,
I should have tested that. I'm going to test it too.
You need to, because bro, although look, it's not an accurate reading for like, if you just want to test something the one time and then you wanted to write that on your bag as what the weed is testing at, no, don't do that with the Purple Pro. Like, at least if you are going to try and put a percentage on your bag from the Purple Pro, bro, you need to get like 30 nugs and test each of those nugs like 3 times, and then use the average as the percentage that you put on the bag, you know, if you're going to use it at all. But for me, to find out the rough percentage, it's pretty good. And although, look, if it comes up and it says it's 26%, I don't know if it's really 26%. It might be 27%, or it might only be 24%, all right? But the one thing I do know is I tested that experiment bud and it said 15%, and it came up at 26. So it doesn't matter whether it's actually 24 or 27. It wasn't 15, and I've seen some of those legal ones.
That's for sure.
Yeah, and I've seen some of those legal ones claim like 11% and like 13%, and like you can look at the bud and be like, it's obviously not that. So I don't know if they're testing it before they're drying it, or like.
No, are they? No,
they have to be, or something. It has to be, because I assumed that it was because with the experiment we did, like, said, oh, it has to be below 20%. And then they've just gone, oh, it has to be under 20%, does it? Well, it's under 20%, you know what I mean? But then I spoke to people and they're like, no, there's no limit. So I'm assuming maybe just the standard test they've got, they need to test it super early, and because it's so early and so wet, and there's so much moisture in it, it means the percentage is lower. Right?
I'm going to ask a grower. I know a few growers in the experiment. They might know how that works.
It has to be that. It literally has to be.
And we're going to test it ourselves. Maybe we're going to test it ourselves and then ask a grower. Do a little research type video. Some keuringsdienst van waarde type shit. Huh? Yeah. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, someone also asked me, bro, when you test bud, like, or you buy something or you get something, if you don't like it, what do you do with it? Do you throw it out?
It sort of depends. Like, if I'm at home then most of the time I save everything. I give it to homeless people. Because like, bro, they need to sleep. Like, you know, like, especially, but I do it with black ash joints as well. Like, I save up like 20, 30 black ash joints, and then I just go around like handing them out to homeless people and shit. Like,
that's dope.
Yeah,
respect.
But then if I'm like out here and I don't like stuff, I kind of just collect everything, and then on my last day I just find like a random viewer, and I'm like, yo, do you smoke tobacco? And if they say yeah, I'm like, yo, bam, I've got this massive bag for you.
Nice. Wow, how do they react to that?
Oh, everyone loves it. Yeah, everyone. I've never had anyone be like, "Oh, I don't want to take that." No, they're like,
nice.
I had one guy in Thailand recently where he was like walking down the street. And he was like, no way, Drew, what the fuck? This is sick, bro. I hope you're well, man. He's like, bro, I had like the shittest day today, bro. Like, I lost my phone, and then they wouldn't let me get into the hotel because my wallet got stolen at the same time my phone. I didn't have any ID. They wouldn't let me pay for the hotel. Like, all this shit. Like, it's like, bro, and I've like not got any weed now. It's like long, but he's like, look, I've managed to get into a hotel now. I'm gonna Western Union myself money. Like, slowly, I'm getting there, you know. But, bro, it's made my day so much better seeing you, bro. It's sick. And I'm like, oh, bro, it's your fucking lucky day because I've got an ounce of bud in my bag that I'm not even smoking, and I just took it out and gave it to him, and he was like,
what the fucking lottery. Beautiful. Nice. Yeah, I bet you get recognized a lot though too.
Oh yeah, it was crazy this time in Thailand, because like the first time I went to Thailand I didn't really get recognized that much, but obviously I released a bunch of videos while in Thailand, so now it's like slowly becoming the same thing as like here, where like, you know, everyone going to Thailand is looking up Thailand before they go and looking up weed with Thailand, and my videos come up. So then if any tourists see me,
in the algorithm.
Yeah, and then, but then if any tourists see me, they've obviously like literally just watched the video before they've seen me. So it's like the same, bro. Amsterdam is crazy, but it's just because I've got so many Amsterdam videos that like the majority of tourists who come out, watch some videos before to get excited, they get here and they're like, you know, they've literally just watched my video like yesterday.
That was the dude that, when we were here last week or whatever, we stood outside the waffle place, and then this dude with his girlfriend came up, and he was like, yeah, I was just checking your content yesterday, this and that.
Bro, that's the most common thing I would say. I'd say like 90% of the interactions out here start with, I just watched your video yesterday, bro.
The algorithms work. That's nice, bro. That's good. What's your weirdest encounter with a fan you've ever had?
Bro, the weirdest... Okay, so there's not even like specific interactions, but there's two types of weirdest interaction, right? Number one is slightly less weird because it's very easy to get out of the situation. And it's just when somebody just says hello and then they don't say anything afterwards and they just stand there. And it's like, bro, like, I don't know you. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't, you know, spark a conversation and maybe I can spark conversation back. But like, you know, I'm not going to spark the conversation. I don't know what to say. So like...
You want to talk to me, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So like, that's very weird, but you can get yourself out of it. You just like, you know, if you're in a coffee shop or something, you just go, what did you get? Like, that's why I normally go, I'm not, what are you looking at? What did you get? Whatever. But the absolute weirdest, and please don't ever do this, okay? Please don't do this. If I'm out at a restaurant in summer and I'm like sat outside, don't sit at the table. Like, that's weird. Like, if I'm sat there eating some spaghetti, yeah, I don't want someone coming down and sitting in front of me and going, yo, Drew's sick, bro. Oh, yo, you mind, yeah? You mind? I'm like, oh, well, bro, you know, that's fucking weird. Like,
yeah, that's weird, bro.
That's fucking weird, bro.
Unless you're gonna pay for the dinner,
yeah,
you know, stand up and walk away, brother. You know, if you are paying, let's order some wine. You know, let's get it going. Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Oh man, but about Thailand, you were just talking about it. Like, we've heard some rumors that they might be turning things around and reversing the whole recreation.
That's never gonna happen.
No?
Never, not a chance,
What's
bro.
your idea about it?
Well, that bill just got denied, like, last week. So that's 100% not happening, the one that they just tried putting in. They're definitely going to try and regulate it a bit, because this is what, like, speaking to all the shops, they're basically saying, look, they fucked it in the sense of tax. Tax is only like 7%, and it's only
They
like...
want more.
Yeah, and not only that, it's only like 800 euros to get a license for a shop. So like, you know, that's just crazy. So Yeah, they definitely messed up a bit, and the government isn't making enough money from it. But at the same time, the police are. Like, the police are getting so many nice backhanders that, like, you know, they're never going to let it be illegal. Then there's so many... Bro, there's 9,000 weed stores in Bangkok.
Wow.
Do you think there's any way that they can change that? I think what they want to do as well is they want to get the people off the street, because there's people who have like little market carts and they sell weed on the market carts. Like, vapes are illegal there, but they're selling like elf bars on the market stall with like a fucking jar of GMO. And it's like, what is going on?
That's weird.
Yeah. So I don't think they're going to make it illegal again. And everyone's also been saying that if they are, even if that bill did go through, they've all signed up and changed themselves as a medical business now, and all it means is they need to see your ID when you buy the weed. So it's like, even if it had gone through, everything would have been fine anyways. But yeah, I really don't see it changing. Especially, bro, it's a Buddhist country. I don't understand how they didn't have weed beforehand, but it's all because of the influence from other countries around them. I've heard that there's certain countries, like in surrounding areas, that if you get a flight from Thailand, they drug test people off the planes. Like, I think it might be like Singapore or something, or like a couple. There's some countries where like 10 out of 30 people on the plane or some shit get pulled for like a random drug test coming from Thailand. And if you have like THC in your system, then it's a problem, you know? So I think that might also be why they're trying to make it look like they're going to push back on it and change it and stuff, because of all of that. But
yeah,
realistically,
not going to happen, you think? Not anytime soon, at least.
It's gone too far. It's gone way too far.
Yeah, there's no stopping this train anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Crazies. That means we're going to Thailand. Let's go.
I think I'm going to do 420 there this year, because I've done Hyde Park for 420 for the last 10 years. And I'm like, you know what?
Time for a change.
Yeah, I think it's time for a change.
Nice. I don't know what I'm going to do for 420 yet. Still,
is it good here for 420? Because I heard that there isn't like a crazy amount that goes on here for 420. It's just busy.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Maybe like last year we had king size throwing an event in The Hague with Dizzy Duck, and that was cool. That was really dope. And maybe they're gonna do something again, but
there's nothing like Hyde Park here where it's like, you know, 20,000 people all in one spot smoking weed. No. That's so weird. You would think that in Amsterdam, it being Amsterdam, you'd think that like everyone would go damn square and there would be like everyone smoking a joint in the middle of damn square. But like,
then if you do that, the police will come with water cannons and fucking spray you off the fucking square.
No.
Yeah, bro. If you don't have a license for shit, if you don't have a license for shit, you're not gonna do anything.
I mean, bro, weed's illegal in the UK, and on 420, there's like 100,000 people in Hyde Park all smoking.
That's dope.
That's crazy. If you've never been, it is really good. And I'm almost like really sad that I'm going to end up missing it, because obviously I fucking love Hyde Park. Like, it is so, so good. Like, have you ever been?
No.
No. You need to go. Like, I feel like it's almost like a stoner's ritual. You have to go to Hyde Park for 420 at some point.
Let me know in the comments if you think I should go to Hyde Park for 420.
You should, bro. You can do what I can't. Everyone always wants me to make a THC testing video at 420, and I can't, because it'd just be impossible. I'd just get recognized by too many people there, and it's just unbelievably funked. But that wouldn't happen. So you can do that, and that would do really well.
That's cool. Good idea. I'm gonna think about that. Yeah, might do that. Just a second. Let me.
We're both in the crucial point of wrapping up a doobski.
What are your favorite papers?
So they were raw blanks, and then I've recently changed to the raw ethereals, which are like the new gold ones.
Thin ones.
Super thin, but I fucking left them in my hotel this morning. But I don't mind these elements. But the only thing is with the elements as well is I have to backstrap them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, they're not thin enough to.
You don't normally backstrap?
I do if it's less than a gram. Like, if it's about a gram or under, then I usually backstrap. But if it's over, then I don't normally notice the difference. Especially with how thin these new raw ethereal papers are. Like, you really don't notice the difference.
Nice.
But that's the proper Dutch way, right? I guess the original
backstrap. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but the original Dutch way is with tobacco, unfortunately.
What? Huh? But that's where backstrapping comes from for tobacco.
No. It just, normally they just backstrap.
I thought you meant like backstrapping was made by Dutch people smoking cigarettes, backstrapping them. I'm like, huh?
No. The backstrapping, like the original Dutch joint, is with tobacco. Is what I'm saying. Like, you know, that's.
But look, I'll say it, and I'm not afraid to say it. It's because back in the day, weed was so shit that you had to smoke it with tobacco.
Bro, no. The Dutch got introduced to cannabis in the form of hash.
But that's what I mean as well. Like, even with hash, like, you have to smoke hash with tobacco.
Yeah,
but then even when the weed got introduced and stuff, it's so shit and so wet, you can't smoke it properly without tobacco,
and they were used to doing it with tobacco anyway, so they just figured they mix it through the tobacco and it lasts them longer.
But these days, everything's good enough quality, they don't need it.
Yeah, but they're cheap.
I understand for the hash, though. Obviously, not everyone wants to go through
and people are cheap,
a gram of hash, like, yeah.
You know, it lasts you longer.
But it doesn't.
Exactly, and you don't have to buy tobacco.
And this is the thing as well.
Saves your money.
People who are like, oh, it lasts longer, but you get addicted to the nicotine. It might save you money in the beginning, but then over time you get addicted to the nicotine and you need to smoke. Like, bro, someone like us, you see how much weed we smoke? It's a crazy amount. But if we don't want to smoke weed in a day, we don't have to.
Nope.
You know, can go through that the whole day. It doesn't even cross your mind like, oh, you know, I need a joint. Like, that doesn't happen. So like, you know, it's like, okay, yeah, at the beginning it saves you money, but then in the long term, you end up smoking more because you don't ever have a day where you don't smoke, and you smoke all day, every day. Otherwise, you know, you feel like shit. So,
yep. How long have you smoked without tobacco?
5 years. But I quit smoking cigarettes February last year. So this is a whole year of no cigarettes now as well.
Congrats,
so,
bro.
Yeah,
that's nice. That's really great. I get a lot of messages from people that also get inspired to take tobacco out of that routine, you know, and that's honestly the best type of message I can get from people, that they say, listen, thanks to your content, I've been like more conscious about my cannabis use, and I've taken tobacco out of the fucking equation, you know, and that brings me so much joy. You know, that's seriously a big thing that makes cannabis look bad, you know?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I think it makes cannabis look a lot worse than people even realize. You know, I think there's so many bad things that tobacco brings to cannabis that then people shout from the rooftops about being a bad thing to do with cannabis, and it's like, no, that's only with cannabis use associated with tobacco, you know? So, and I even think it hinders legalization. I think if everyone in Europe had never smoked weed with tobacco and everyone smoked pure, I genuinely think legalization would have happened sooner, like, and would already have happened.
Crazy. Yeah, because there's really a war going on against tobacco everywhere, you know?
Well, the thing about this as well, like, obviously, imagine being like a lawmaker who's only ever smoked weed with tobacco, and you think that weed is like physically addictive because you were physically addicted to smoking weed. You know, you're never going to want to legalize weed because even you, with your experience, you think that weed is addictive because you smoked it with nicotine. So, genuinely, like, I think people don't really realize how much it actually does affect the hinders of legalization, like that, you know. Yeah, so many things that are wrong with it. And not only that, I think, this is going to sound so harsh as well, because I know some people are going, oh, you're just saying that because you smoke without tobacco. No, bro, I even say this as someone myself. Like, back when I was addicted to the nicotine while smoking, I was a really lazy stoner, and it made me lazier and lazier because it makes you, all you want to do is smoke weed. Yeah. And I don't even think that lazy stereotype of being a stoner would be a thing if people didn't smoke it with tobacco. Not anywhere near as harsh as it is now.
And every strain gives you a couch lock when you smoke with tobacco because it constricts your veins, you know?
Oh, so shit, I didn't even know that was a thing. I just thought it was just because of the addiction. I didn't realize it was actually because
that's what tobacco does. Well, THC widens them, you know? So it's really contradictive.
Yeah. I know that's also the same reason why you cough sometimes, right? Like when people first go from pure to tobacco, like they cough and stuff.
In tobacco, there are certain elements that like stop you from coughing, because why would you buy a cigarette if you cough all the time, you know? But then you can't like cough up the mucus, you know? That's the fucking issue. And then you get the smoker's cough because your fucking throat is full of mucus. You know?
Bro, I've literally been a whole year off cigarettes now, and I still have smoker's cough every morning, and it's so fucked. Like, I'm actually at the point where I think I need to go to the doctor about it because it's so bad still every fucking morning.
Still not good for you, you know.
Oh, of course.
I realize that as well. Like, even smoking weed, like in the amounts that we do, it's not good for your throat and your lungs.
Yeah,
it's not the most like healthy way to consume cannabis, but it is one of the most effective ways to consume cannabis. And therefore is one of my favorite ways to consume cannabis. But I have been falling in love more and more with the dabbing as well. You know, with the rosin. Do you dab?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love dabbing.
Do you prefer dabbing on glass or
no
the Puffcos?
Yeah, the Puffco all day long, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm doing a dab, I don't want to be there like. And then I have to like curl up in a ball and be like, oh. I don't want to have to do that, bro. Like, no, I want to just hit the dab and have it taste nice and be like, yeah. Like,
and go back in for a second.
Yeah. So like, I think a Puffco, like, bro, this is the other thing I think. Like, bro, I can hit a Puffco at like 500 or 550 all day, every day. And I just banging. Bro, if I do 500 on a glass rig on a slurper, bro, it feels like I did the Puffco at like 700. Like, it's fucked. Like, I don't like it.
You're smoking lava.
Yeah, I don't like it, bro. I'm like, nah. So if I do ever hit glass, I'm hitting it at like 400. Super low temp, only pure taste. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Dabbing is definitely one of my favorite things, and I've been definitely preferring the Puffco as well lately.
Which one? The Peak Pro or the Proxy?
I have a Peak Pro. I want a Proxy, but I just haven't bought it yet.
Bro, I had a normal Peak, and it rainbow ringed to death. But I think it's because like back then I used to really not take care of it, so nothing bad on Puffco on that end. I just was an idiot. And then
rest in Puffcos.
Yeah, and then at some point somebody on the sponsorship sent me a Peak while I was like promoting the head shop. Not a Peak, sorry, a Proxy. When it first came out to promote the head shop, and then I got that was lovely. I used it for like a year. Then Puffco reached out and were like, hey, we want to send you the new desert one. So I got the desert one with like the ball cap, and with the ball cap changed the level up. I was really loving it.
Yeah.
And then like 2 months ago I got a Peak Pro. I just wanted to buy one. I was like, fuck this, I keep using them with people, they're really good. So I just got the normal one, not the second one, the first one. Which is a really dumb decision because I just thought that it was like a price difference. But I didn't realize that, like, obviously the new one comes with the XL chamber, and the other one doesn't.
And better airflow from the glass as well.
And the other one doesn't come with the XL chamber. But if I want to buy the XL chamber, which I do want to buy it costs like 100 quid.
Yeah, it's
so I may as well have just bought the new second one with the XL chamber with it already. It would have been the same price, if not cheaper. So, again, I'm an idiot.
Blame yourself.
So, Puffco, if you're watching, if you want to send me an XL chamber...
I'd love a care pack as well. I'd love a care pack as well.
You deserve it, bro. 100%.
Yeah. I also got a question from someone asking, how do you convince your parents that weed isn't bad for you?
I kind of didn't. So I had a brain injury when I was like 16, and it like proper fucked my life up. Like I was not able to like do anything at home. I was like, literally I'd wake up and just be like screaming all day because like everything was fight or flight. Like it was just completely fucking, not good. Then over time, I slowly discovered cannabis. I moved out because I couldn't be with my parents. It was like a big long thing. But eventually I'm in like supported housing. I'm in like a YMCA, and slowly discovering that cannabis actually helps. Like I just started smoking it because I used to do drugs before the head injury, and I just wanted a recreational drug that I could do, you know what I mean? And I slowly realized that cannabis actually made me better. Started looking into like the medical side, and that's how I got into it. And then I ended up moving to California on like a whim when I was 17, after the YMCA, and then I hadn't seen my parents for like a long time. And then I've come back from California, seeing my parents, and they couldn't believe it. They're like, what the fuck? Like, you're you again, you know, I don't understand. They're like, what medication are you on? Like, how's this happening? I'm like, I'm just smoking weed. That's it. And like, that was kind of it. Like, I did speak to him obviously over time. And as I got into the YouTube videos and started it, you know, making that my job, like, so when I'm at meals with them, maybe they ask a question or two. But besides that, they just saw it firsthand. They saw that like before I literally like couldn't live, and the medication I was put on by the doctor was like making me into a zombie. And then, you know, like a year and a half, 2 years later, I'm walking through the door know, being like, oh, hey, how you doing? Like, you know, a normal fucking person again. And so, yeah, if there was anyone who I was going to say could vouch for my medical use, it'd be my parents, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they've seen it firsthand. Do you ever travel with your weed, or always source it when you find it? Because it's a medical thing, you know? I can understand that you don't want to go without.
No, I bring my medical weed quite a lot because legally I can get a travel letter from my medical clinic, and then I can just bring my medical weed to most countries that accept it. Like, there's certain countries that don't allow it, but besides those certain countries, for the most part, like Spain and the Netherlands, they accept it. Don't bring it all the time, but some of the time, just in case, depends what I'm doing. Yeah, but yeah, most of the time I'm only going to legal places, so most of the time it doesn't even matter. Yeah,
legal.
I can get weed there.
And that's in a lot of places. Like, did explain to me something. Like, there's also clubs in the UK, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, how does that work? Is that just...
It's just fully illegal. Like, some of them pretend that they're legal, but they obviously aren't. And then some of them run with, like, the club model. So, like, technically, if if they did want to take it to court, they probably would win. Or, like, you know, if it all went down, like, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of... Yeah, it kind of depends. But, again, before COVID, there was loads of stuff with the UKCSC. UKCSC themselves as an organisation have kind of been slowing down, which is the UK Cannabis Social Clubs organisation. And, but... Yeah, so there were a lot of cannabis social clubs that were technically registered, running as the same model as Spain, and just going for it. And then in London specifically, there's just like a lot of coffee shops in areas where they have like a really big crack problem, like a really big crack and heroin problem. Because then the police don't shut down the coffee shops because they know that if they see somebody selling drugs on the street doing a little fucking deal, they know it's actually worth putting on the fucking sirens and stopping the person because it's not weed. They know anyone buying weed in the area is obviously going to one of these coffee shops. They're not buying weed on the street from some dealer. So in their mind, it's like, sweet. We raid the coffee shops every now and then by turning up with 20 police officers, but then they just sit outside the door for like 20 minutes before they go in. You know, like they obviously know that they're going to be packing up everything, getting it all out of back entrance. It's all good. Then they come in, they go, "You guys smoking in here, are ya?" You know. Then they move locations like 3 doors down. Like,
okay, that's weird, but that's like. Do the police themselves like don't care about that shit, or is it
not really? Not in those areas. It's only like certain areas in London that they don't care. Yeah, it's not everywhere.
That's weird, bro.
It's super weird. Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna say where it is because like it's not very hard to fucking find out where they all are. But like, there's literally like one street in London where there's like 40 coffee shops all on one street, and if you wanted to, you could just walk down the road and go. And you see any door with a doorbell which just has like a fucking buzzer, you fucking buzz it and you're probably going to go into a coffee shop. But apparently one time, I'm sat like waiting for some homies to turn up. One of the homies has turned up and he's like, "You don't understand what's just happened, bro." And we're like, "What's happened?" He's like, "Bro, I buzzed the wrong door, 2 doors down, yeah? And they've let me in, I've come up, I'm like, sweet, I've sat down, I've sparked a joint. And bro, I've seen somebody go to the counter, buy a bag, and then they've sat down, and they started smoking crack."
What?
So like, he'd obviously gone into like some other door, like a couple doors down, and it was like a professional crack house.
Bro, what? I'm never going into London on the loose, though. You know.
Yeah. If you keep just ringing on doorbells, you might go into the wrong place.
Wow, that's extreme, bro. That's wild.
Yeah,
that's very wild. Damn.
Yeah, it's quite funny, but bro, I miss like the culture of the coffee shops because back in the day there was like a new coffee shop that was like actually like on Instagram, like trying to be social, hosting events. Now they're all very quiet and like keep themselves.
It's difficult when you have to be hiding it and secretive about it. That's not building a community. Community building is being open and transparent about it and coming together and being able to share. You know.
Oh. the best coffee shop story. I love telling my mates. I don't know if I've ever told this on the internet. Maybe one time on like a live stream or something. But my mate used to own this coffee shop in London, yeah. And like, he wasn't my mate at the time. This is like, obviously, I met him at this coffee shop, right? And right at the beginning, it was like a very small, humble place. It was like, it's like this little bungalow, and it was like table service. You'd go sit down at the table, there was a menu, they'd come over, you know, it was amazing. Nice. And they got really busy, so they had to make a counter, so that way people didn't have to just stop and sit inside and stuff, and like, you know, and it got busier and busier. And I remember one day turning up, and it used to open at 6 p.m. Turned up at like 6:01. Bing bong. Security mate opens the door and he's like, no space, no space. And by this point, I know the owner, so I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of my way. I know the owner, innit? Get out of my way. So, you know, I walk in, I'm like,
confident.
And bro, I look, bro, literally there's a queue coming in the hallway, all the way into like the seating area, all the way like entangling around all the tables, then all the way back, then to the kitchen where like the counter is. And bro, this is like 1 minute past opening. I'm like, shit. And like, I sat down, smoked my weed, all the way from 6 until like 9. That queue was the same size. Like, wow. You know, it just constantly just was from one flow, day to another. You know, like every day, that must have been what it was like, yeah. Wow. And apparently what happened was when they shut down, it was like 2 days before Christmas. Obviously, like everyone wants to get bud, and the owner's like 5 minutes late. And he's turned up, and he sees the high street. He's like, why are there so many people here? Like, what's going on? And
all stood outside his door.
No, like, this is on the high street. So, like, the place is, like, behind the high street, like a street over. So he's like, why is all these people here, like, on this fucking high street? And, like, he goes up to the top of the high street. And, bro, the queue is literally going all the way from the high street, all the way to the top of the street, all the way around the back, then all the way to the front of the door. And he's there, like, bro, are these people fucking brain dead? What are you doing? And like, so he just goes up and down the queue just telling everyone like, bro,
get the fuck out
of here. Like, what are you doing?
You're nuts.
Yeah. So then that was it. That was that shop over.
Wow. Yeah. He just closed it down by popular demand. Closing it down. That's crazy. Just stop on your highest point.
He obviously made another one and like, it kept going afterwards, but like, yeah, that was
crazy. That spot was burnt.
Yeah, crazy. It's just crazy to be like burnt out by your own success. Like that is crazy.
Yeah, that's amazing. Wow. Hey, who's the coolest person you've ever smoked with? I bet you smoke with a lot of people.
Look, when it comes to like people who actually know their shit and like smoking with them is like always a lovely experience. Somebody who I met really recently, like fairly recently in the last year. I don't know if I can say their name on a podcast, but I can say their Insta, Terps V.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Super chill guy. Smokes good weed, knows what he's talking about. It's always nice to chat with people. But yeah.
Cool.
Yes,
nice.
Yeah.
There was also a question from people, you know, wanting to know what the people you'd like to smoke with, or you smoke with.
I used to always answer this question with the same person, but they're dead now. The Queen. I always wanted to smoke with the Queen. Imagine if you could smoke a joint with the Queen. You sing. But obviously she's dead.
What strain would you imagine she'd like?
Okay, look this up, yeah? I shit you not. I think it's 2000 or 2001. The police raided the Queen and they found cannabis in her kitchen. Straight up.
Explain that.
Straight up. So we know she's fucking with it. Obviously she's fucking with the edibles if she's got her chefs like, you know, cooking it all up and that. But like if she was gonna mess with any strain, I reckon she would be like a Skittles type of girl.
Yeah, Skittles type of girl.
Yeah.
100%. Who doesn't love Skittles?
Exactly, who doesn't love Skittles, you know what I mean?
Nice. Talking about the Royal Highness, what's the highest you've ever been?
Bro, one time I ate 8,000 milligrams of THC.
The fuck, bro? Why would you do that?
So, I was in California, and I hit up a dispo, and they had some hardcore OG. I really wanted it. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I want this hardcore OG. And I'm like, you got any edibles at the same time? Like, we don't. No problem. They come by. meet up with this guy. He's like, oh, bro, pick a number between 1 and 10. Sing. 6. He's like, no problem. Opens the glove compartment, pulls out a big bag of blunts. He goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You go, mate. I'm like, oh, sing. Hell yeah. I'm
Let's go.
Gives me my hardcore. And he's like, oh, bro, you said you wanted edibles, right? I'm like, yeah. It's like, bro, we got told we have to stop selling these because they're too strong. So like, I couldn't tell you.
Want one?
Yeah, it's like, couldn't tell you on the phone. So like, if you want them, we're doing them for like half price and buy one, get one free because we just need to get rid of them. Like, it's 8,000 milligrams and it's a drink. It was like THC lean before THC lean was like a thing. And they're like, yeah, it's like 8,000 milligrams in this drink. Just add it to like another drink and you get fried. Like, yeah, how much? Like, yeah, $100. Because usually it's $200 for one, but we'll do 2 for $100 because we need to get rid of them.
Let's
so I'm like,
go.
fuck yeah. So like me and 4 mates that night beforehand maybe had like this much of like one of them. We're all absolutely fucked up. And the next day I had to fly back to UK. It's like a 12-hour flight. So I pull up to LAX, like seeing the sign where it says like LAX, you know what I mean? I fucking pull up and I'm like, fuck this. I just drink the whole thing. And sweet, I'm flying. Like, get through the security. I'm like, sweet, bam, bam, bam. I get on the flight. And like, the only thing I really remember is getting on the flight and chatting with the guy next to me for like a tiny bit. And then he goes, oh, so what did you do today? And I was like, oh, bro, I ate 8,000 milligrams of THC. And he's like, what? That's a lot. And then I'm like, yeah, I need to go sleep. And I literally went on my knees and then put my jacket on the seat and then put my head on the seat. And the next thing I know, somebody's like tapping me like, sir, put your seatbelt on. I'm like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, I still turn to the guy, I'm like, so how long's this flight? And he's like, we're landing in like 10 minutes. And I was
You just went into a fucking hole.
Yeah.
Crazy. 8,000 milligrams, bro. That's excessive.
I definitely remember like absolutely tripping my nut off as the guy was like chatting to me. That was like it.
That's sick. That's sick. Wow. That's crazy, bro. I would never, though.
You ever done like a crazy edible like that? Like 1,000 milligram or anything?
I do them before I go to sleep, bro.
What, 1,000?
No, like about 100, 150.
Have you ever done like 1,000?
No. Why? I don't want to die.
Nah,
I
you'll
know
be
I'm
fine.
not going to die, but, you know, no.
For the experience. You've got to try it one time.
Maybe I should.
It'd be a great video.
Just me there.
Yeah.
Sleep.
You just time-lapse
sleeping on the
it.
couch. Just fucking 3 hours.
But that's why
I'm
people
gonna
are like,
live stream it.
people are like, oh, with my edible reviews, like, why don't you talk more about the edible review? And I'm like, bro, because like, it fucking gets you high, and then that's basically it. Like, makes you be like, fucking hell. So,
Oh, nice cookie. Oh,
yeah,
hi.
yeah, literally, it's like, what else are you gonna do? Like,
Yeah, that's it. Like, beautiful, nice, hi. That's it. That's how
Straight
it works.
on.
Yeah, there's not a lot to say, unless you want to review it like a food reviewer. You know. Yeah. Are we gonna see you at Spannabis?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
yeah.
are the plans?
I think I'm doing 4 meet and greets. They're like 2 hours long each day from like 12 until 2. I know I'm at Bank of England on a Saturday. And then I'm going to be at Green Goat, Dr. Green and Doja on the Thursday, Friday, Sunday. But I don't know which order that's going to be in until like the week beforehand. I would assume it's probably going to be Green Goat on the Thursday, then Doja on the Friday, and then Dr. Green on the Sunday. But I'm not 100% sure. But, yeah.
Cool.
But there should be some really good events. Like, I've heard that there are some crazy names coming to Spannabis this time, and it's not something to miss. So
It's definitely going to be a big one, but I'm also a little bit worried about the situation with the clubs and stuff there.
Nah.
No?
It's just the center of Barcelona where like the mayor fucking hates them. But like, say for example, like where Bank of England is, they're just outside the area where it even matters. So like Bank of England are fine. So like any shops that are like that far out the city, they're never even going to have any problems. And it's just that city centre. And even then, from what I've heard, they really are just using it as an excuse to crack down on the shops that are like quite obviously doing like kilos out the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But at the same time, they always get raided just before Spannabis. Like every year, about a month beforehand.
A lot of them get raided.
Because the police know Spannabis is coming up. They're going to have loads of stock there. They're going to have loads of new stuff. And it's probably not going to be on the system yet. Let's try and fuck them over and shut them down. So, yeah.
Motherfuckers.
But that's why, if anything, it's a good thing if a club has been raided more than a month before Spannabis, like about a month or like a month and a couple of weeks before Spannabis, because you're good. You know, you got a whole month to get loads of fresh weed and everything. Like you're good. Like
it's the best weed you get during Spannabis, and then when you go back outside the Spannabis season, it's mostly shit. Or sometimes.
Oh, bro, Spannabis season. It's the only time where you can get good weed in Spain. Like, everyone's got fresh weed. It's all banging. It's all selling. It's all going crazy. I shit you not. If you go back in November of the same year, they will have the same weed. The same last stocks of that same bud that they had at Spannabis. Bro, I went to Barcelona this week and somebody in one shop had the same weed that I saw last Spannabis.
Wow.
11 months ago.
That's not a good sign.
Not a good sign. No, like the market is dead. Like, but it's one of them ones where a lot of shops they make like what 400k on Spannabis weekend.
Yeah.
So for them it's like sweet, 400k Spannabis weekend. That's us for like the year.
Yeah.
And we do it again next year, boys. Yeah.
Take it easy on the rest of the year. Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah, luckily it's coming up again. Barcelona, Spain, Spannabis. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're also coming to make some cool content. Maybe we see you there.
Oh, 100%.
You know,
definitely.
And I appreciate you coming out today, making some time for us.
Always.
Do you have any important message to give to the people? Anything you want to say today?
Oh, I mean, I would say the main thing is people don't take everything you see online so seriously. I think a lot of people always just sort of like take things at face value and then like assume a bunch of shit along with it. And I see it more and more and more as time goes on. So if you're on the internet, even when it comes to us, if people tell you that some weed is shit, just use your own head and see if maybe you would like it.
Go in, smell it.
That's it. Like, and at the same time, on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, if I say some weed's good, maybe don't just go straight to the counter and just be like, oh, I'll get that one. I get that one. Double check it's the same batch, you know? Like, make sure that it's also the type of flavor that you would like as well. So I just want everyone to have a smile on their face. I think that's the best way. And yeah, big up Green Place as well, being super hospitable to us as well. Really good to us the last couple of trips as well. So yeah, apart from that, just big love for having me here. It's been really fun.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, and big love to Green Place for making it possible today. We really enjoyed the beautiful flowers and the hospitality today, the beautiful hoodie. Come over to Kloveniersburgwal number 4 for the Fire Cali.
I'm glad you said that because I would not have been able to say that.
Yeah, Kloveniersburgwal. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a little like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment if you would. Talk about what we talked about today.
And it's an honor being the first English guest as well, bro.
Thanks. How did I do it?
Boom. Yeah, mad.
Yeah? Yeah. Cool. We're going to do it again. Let me know if I should do it again. Thanks. Later, guys.
Perfect. Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Legend.
Appreciate that.